So welcome everybody to this latest video on 162 Maths, and in this video we'll be going over a quick topic test with a collection of GCSE exam style questions on quadratics at foundation level. Now a copy of the questions for you to have an attempt at before watching through this video is available for you to download by clicking on the link in the description, which I strongly recommend you do to see how much understanding you have on this topic. Now, before we get started working through this test paper, just a little reminder that this test is designed to be a little bit longer than the previous ones if you have completed them, and also the questions are designed to be for a non-calculator paper. So let's get started on question 1. So question 1 says we need to simplify this algebraic fraction. Now with this, obviously what you want to do is cancel numbers with numbers and common letters with the common letters. So looking at 15 over 3, well let's just write this out a little bit bigger. That should be known as being an x, not a multiply, and we've got 3x squared y squared. So then from this, what we can do is cancel out the numbers. So what goes into both 15 and 3? Well, that's going to be 3, so I divide both numbers by 3. Now I've got one x at the top and 2 x's at the bottom, so I can cancel this x and take 1 from the bottom, so it just leaves me with x to the power 1. And then here I've got 2 y's at the bottom and 4 at the top. So I can take away those 4 and that then becomes 2. So what's left? Well, it's going to be 5y squared over x. So that there is my final answer. Then moving on to question 2, it says here is a number machine and it says write an operation in each box to make the number machine work. So looking at this, what we want to do is we want to start with n and we want to look like this. So the first thing I've done to n is add 1 and then I've squared. Right square. Then with question 2b, it says here is a number machine. Now for this, what we want to try and do is get n the subject. So here you might think to yourself, well, I need to do the bracket first, but it isn't. We actually need to get rid of the square first. So first thing we want to do is square root. And then once we've got that, we then want to take away 1. Then with question 3, it says simplify. So we need to expand the brackets. So we end up with x squared plus 10x plus 2x, what's going on there, plus 2x minus 16. And then from this, we just want to collect the like terms together, leaving with the final answer of x squared plus 12x minus 16. Then moving on to question 4, we want to factorize. So for this, we want to find two numbers that multiply together to give you minus 12 and added together to give you 1. So looking at the factors of 12, we've got 12 and 1, 2 and 6, 3 and 4, and that's pretty much it. So we're looking for ones that we can make 1 with from these numbers, and the only combination we can make that with is 3 and 4. So let's write 3 and 4. Now the next thing we've got to decide are the signs. Now again, this is the sign of the bigger number. So 4 is going to be positive, and as this sign here is a negative, it means the signs are going to be different. So if the 4 is positive, it means the 3 is going to be negative. So in the brackets, I'm going to have x minus 3 and x plus 4. And again, you can have those brackets in any order you wish. Question 5, it's about expanding these brackets. So root 8 times root 8 is root 64. And then we've got minus 4 root 8 plus 4 root 8, and then we've got minus 4 times my positive 4, which is minus 16. Now root 64 is just 8, and these two things here are going to cancel out, so it's just 8 minus 16, which just gives me an answer of minus 8. And moving on to question 6, it says that if given that y equals the function f of x and f of x equals 2x minus 1, find y when x equals 10. So what this is basically translating is to tell us that y equals x squared minus 1. Now what we need to do is substitute x equals 10. So y equals 10 squared minus 1, leaving me with an answer of 99. Then with question 7, it says rearrange p plus 2x equals 5x minus 2 to make x the subject. So the first thing we want to do is expand the brackets. We've got p plus 2x equals 5x minus 10. And then we want to take this x over to the other side. So we end up with p equals 3x minus 10. We can take the 10 over. So that then becomes p plus 10 equals 3x. And then p plus 10 all divided by 3 equals x. So I can write that in the box as p plus 10 over 3. Moving on to question 8, it says show that. So here we've got an identity question. So all we want to do is expand and simplify this left hand side. So doing that, we get 3x squared minus 3x plus 5x minus 5 minus 3. So then collecting the like terms, we're at 3x squared plus 2x minus 8, which is exactly what we wanted to prove. And there is my final answer. And finally, with question 9, so again, we've got another dots question, difference of two squares. So if I set up my double brackets, so what do you have to square to get x squared? Well, that's going to be x. And what do you have to square to get 25? That's going to be 5. And one's a plus, one's a minus in any order you wish. And there is our final answer.